Hey guys, this is ASM Hearth. I'm back after drafting that rogue deck. In case you didn't see the draft video, here it is. It's not a terrible curve, but we're lacking a lot of spells. It's very minion heavy, very minion based deck. I think it's slightly below average for the typical rogue draft that I do. Keeping that in mind, I think we're gonna get around 5 wins with this. I'm not super hopeful, but we'll see. So, gonna queue into the first match. I think this video is probably gonna have about 2 games in it. Maybe I'll do a third if the first 2 are quick. But don't have a whole lot of time here before I gotta go to class, so I think 2 is more realistic. As always with Rogue, the early game is going to be super important, so we're going to be looking to draw our 2-drops and Argent Squires and Deadly Poisons very early. Okay, so we got an Argent Squire. The 5 drops I definitely need to throw away. I'll definitely draw something that's 5. That's a big drop before turn 5, so I'm not worried about that at all. Sap is like the one 2-mana card I didn't want to see. It's not useful until the late game, which is kind of counterintuitive since it is a 2-mana card, but if you're using it on a low-cost minion, you're just kind of throwing away a card, because you're just putting it back in your opponent's hand. It's almost like Mulch, the Druid card that removes a minion and your opponent draws a random card. But luckily we drew a Haunted Creeper here, so this is going to curve out pretty well so far. Next turn I'll probably have to hero power unless I draw a 3-drop or less. We did have a ton of 3-drops though, so that is somewhat likely. Imp King Boss is not really what I wanted to see. It actually handles this board super well. So we did pick up a 3-drop, so we're definitely going to be playing it, but it's just a matter of whether we want to trade in or not. The problem is if I trade in, he gets 3 imps, which is not ideal at all. It's 3 imps, it loses Divine Shield here, this will lose Divine Shield. I'm going to go ahead and play it because that's definitely what we're going to do, but I think it's actually better to not trade in for now, because that's just, I don't want to be left with 3 imps on the other side of the board. I'm going to go face for now, which is usually not what I like to do. I'm a very board control, very value-based player. I'm usually not very aggro-oriented, but he's going to do the trading for us, so I think we'll just let him do that and get his imps. Oh man, MC deck. That is a pretty nice draw and play there. That's pretty annoying. And we get a pretty dead draw here. Again, I don't really want to trade into the Imp King Boss. I think we're just going to dagger up and take out these 2 middle minions with pop the Divine Shield there. Trade that, and then we'll be left with this 1/1 minion, which isn't. It's kind of a tricky trade here. I can pop the Divine Shield and kill it off. That might be the best thing to do. I'll pop the shield here and then trade this into the demon in case we get some kind of like demon synergy thing going on. And then we'll just have to end the turn. So we started off really well, but this Imp King Boss into the MC deck is I wouldn't have even imagined that as a possibility. It's just an extremely good counter. If he has a solid 4-drop here, we could be in trouble. I think he's gonna have the tempo up until about turn 7. I think turn 7 is when we turn this game around. So here we have some options. We're gonna either play Assassin's Blade or we're gonna Spiteful Smith. Trying to think. Spiteful Smith I like a lot because he doesn't have 6 damage on board, he's only got 5. So he'd have to come up with some extra damage to kill this off. Which could be difficult for him to do, and if he doesn't do that, then we can run this into the 4-3 the next turn, play an Assassin's Blade that'll have 5 attack and probably kill whatever we need to kill. And if it still has higher health than 5 attack, I can just throw on the Deadly Poison. So I think Spiteful Smith is the play. And it is tempting to hit face here with a dagger, but we might be in a situation where we actually want to deal 1 damage next turn and don't want to have to hero power. We might not play the Assassin's Blade for whatever reason, and I might want to be killing off an imp with this blade and play a Sky Golem, so I'm not going to hit face. So we'll see if he has like a Mortal Coil or some way to deal 1 damage. Because against a rogue, you really don't want to leave up a Spiteful Smith. We got lucky last turn that he didn't really have much to do other than play this Lance Carrier and hero power, which is a pretty weak turn 4. Lance Carrier is a below average 2-drop. 1-2 just doesn't really do much for the board. Might as well be like a 1-1. Okay, so he picked up some damage, but it's going to be kind of costly for him. Yeah, I'm actually very happy with these trades. That is fine with me. So, looks like we're going to get some of the tempo back here. This going to take out the 1-1. So it's a good thing we didn't hit face last turn, because as you saw, you removed the Spiteful Smith, and now I can actually remove that imp. 1 damage to face is just not really significant, but removing that 1-1 is. Okay, so he has a Shadow Bolt, which is nice, and we got the best possible drop out of that. So I thought we were going to gain the tempo back on turn 7, but we got it 1 turn earlier, turn 6, due to some fortunate drops and trades. I don't think he should have, I don't know what his hand is, but I think him trading into the Spiteful Smith was a mistake. Okay, so it looks like Assassin's Blade is going to be equipped here. Yeah, definitely need to do that. I'll take out the 2-2 here. I'd rather have 1 more damage to my face and 1 more health on the Pit Fighter. Or excuse me, the Pit Lord. And obviously not going to hero power, so we're going to throw down the Puddle Stomper, and we now have the tempo. And I don't see us giving it up at any point with Sap in hand, and we can get a giant weapon here and another solid minion, so yeah, this is pretty good. So this Squire is probably gonna have to sacrifice a Puddle Stomper. Maybe not though, we'll see. So let's see. Recompop is an option, but I don't think there's anything that's really worth recompopulating. One thing I could do is trade the Pit Fighter into the 2-2 to save my Puddle Stomper and then recompopulate it, but honestly a 5-2 is not that bad on the board near board control, so I'm not sure if I want to do that. But at the same time, it would also be saving the 3-2, so it might be worth it. And because that's a random effect, I'm going to do that first just to see if whatever it compopulates to is going to change my next move. Jesus Christ, okay. That was not what I wanted to happen. I mean, we'll draw some cards here, so maybe it's not that bad, but I really wanted board presence more than card draw. So we'll do this, and we'll play the Doom Pillager. And we'll go face, and we'll draw 2 cards. Yeah, maybe that Jeeves isn't too bad after all. Well, we drew some high value cards with the Stranglethorn, so looks like we're not going to be too bad. I guess I just really wanted something with high attack to keep putting pressure, maybe even threaten lethal for the next turn. Which we could. Let's see, we've got 12 or 1 off lethal for next turn, and wow, that sucks. Okay, so we got our board cleared. But that's okay, we've got 2 stealth minions here, so unless he has another Shadow Flame, looks like we're going to have lethal on the following turn. I am going to hit face to keep the pressure up. So it looks like this game is in hand. He's got, unless he has like a Hellfire, even a Hellfire wouldn't save him, like a Demon Wrath. There's not a lot of ways he can deal with this. So even after that incredible board clear last turn, I think he's still dead. Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. Well, yeah, you can't Shadow Flame. Okay, and this game is ours. It's a good attempt. He got us down to 11. No need to mess around here. Just go straight to face. And that's game one. That was relatively quick. So if this next game is also just as fast, I might be able to squeeze in a third one. That's why I like playing Rogue. It's a lot quicker. Going straight into the second game here. I'm starting to doubt we'll get a third one in, but 2 games is not too bad. We got a little bit of luck in that last game, but he also, I don't think he played as optimally as he could have. So, okay, we're going against a Hunter, which normally I'm pretty happy about in Arena. I don't think Hunter is that great. I probably think less of it than most people do. I think it's one of the bottom 3 classes, but the one thing is it does have a good matchup against Rogue. Its hero power comes into play, very much so, just because of how Rogue tends to take a lot of damage with its hero power. A Rogue pretty much has to stop punching minions very early against a Hunter, or they'll just get way too low on health. So we've got a pretty good starting hand here. We don't have a 1-drop, but that's okay. We'll have a very powerful turn 3. So I'm liking the start so far. I think the likely play on turn 3 is going to be Argent Horse Rider, because he'll probably have a 3-2 minion out there. But no need to speculate now. We'll see what it is when the time comes. So we have 2 options here. We can hero power and take out the 1-1, but I just like the Haunted Creeper a lot more. Handles the 1-1. Haunted Creeper, like if it can take out 1-1 minions, it just gets so much value. Even if Haunted Creeper was like a 1-1, I still think it would possibly see play, just because the 2 health is normally not relevant. But even if you could ever find a situation where it is relevant like this, I think you always have to play it. Okay, so as predicted, there's dropped a 3-2 on turn 2, and going into our turn 3, we gotta drop the Horse Rider to clear out the 3-2. Just gets so much value if you can kill a 3-2 with it. And we clear the... what is that card called? I can't remember. Web Spinner. I used to know the name of every card without any hesitation, but now there's so many cards out there, it's hard to know them all. Is he gonna coin, take out the 2-1? That's not too bad of a play. Unfortunately, we can't really use our mana super efficiently next turn, because I think we just have to Deadly Poison. There's really no other good play here. Like, if I Cold Master and trade in, then he kills the Cold Master, and that's terrible. So we're definitely gonna hero power Deadly Poison. Take out the 2-3. So we did lose a little bit of board presence compared to how we ended last turn. But don't forget we do have a dagger, so I don't know, maybe it's about equal. He had a pretty good turn last turn, so I'm okay with the situation. Okay, well, he's got a Doom Spider. That's kind of worrisome. It looks like, oh, well, that's pretty nice. I love seeing that. Okay, so I think next turn is going to be a fantastic turn. The play here is to kill the 3-2 with the weapon and then trade in the Haunted Creeper to his 1-1, and that'll spawn 2 minions. And then I'll play the Silverhand Knight just to get more board presence and pray that he doesn't have a mind control tech. And then on the following turn, I can play the Cold Master and I'll have 4 minions on board to trade into. So I think that's where we gain card advantage. So again, just gonna play the Silverhand Knight, take out the 3-2, play the or kill the Captain Spirit to spawn 2 1-1s over here with the Death Rattle. And there's not too much he can do against this. Even if he unleashes the Hounds, I'm fine with that. Even if he MC techs, the chances of him getting a 4-4 are pretty slim. Yeah, so we're gonna get some really nice trades and draws here. So we're gonna play the Cult Master, and I want to trade the 2 1-1s into the 2-2 and keep the 2-2 alive. It gives me an extra card, and that's mainly the reason why. Okay, that's not bad. I'm gonna do these one at a time and see what I draw in case it somehow affects my play. And nothing, and then we're gonna trade the 4-4, and I'm realizing I think I just misplayed, because I'm realizing I could have traded, yeah, that was a misplay. I could have traded the the 1-1, both 1-1s and the 2-2 into the 4-4, and then trade to the 4-4 and the 2-2. And I'd have a 4-2 minion left over instead of a 2-2. But that's alright. We're still very ahead on tempo. And there's not really a way to play around explosive shot here or power shot. So this placement doesn't really matter for now. So yeah, I always try to avoid misplays if possible, and I'll try to call them out if I see them, just like I did there. So try to avoid those from this point on. Okay, so we don't have a 2-drop. If we got a 2-drop, my play would probably be Pit Fighter and the 2-drop, but we're gonna have to have 1 mana left over no matter what. So I think playing Sky Golem is pretty good. It puts the most pressure on him. I'm gonna play it to the left of the Squire just in case he tries to explosive shot. It'll only kill the Pilot Sky Golem. And if he tries to kill this by like hitting it with a weapon and dealing 1 other damage, that's a lot of base damage to tank, and I might even get lethal on the next turn. Okay, he freezes it. See, it's really annoying to have to face off against a Frost Elemental. I think we're still fine, but it's just an annoying card. Okay, so I think the play here, we can dagger, put up a taunt, and put up the Panther. Let's see. Wait, can we do that? Dagger? Yeah, that's 8 mana. Another option is just Pit Fighter, Harvest Golem, which just puts up a lot of pressure on the board, and it's very sticky as well. I think that's the play. I don't really think he's gonna go face here. And if we're playing around explosive shot, this is the best way to put the cards, I think. Yeah, none of those are good results, so there's no way he would do that. And no reason to not go face there. Even if I don't think he has MC Tech, or he would have used it a few turns ago. He would have had to have drawn it since, so I'm not super worried about it. And I don't think there's any beast that I'm too worried about. I mean, he could silence the Pilot Sky Golem with an Ironbeak Owl, but even so, I think he's too far behind. Wow, that's actually a pretty good draw if he wins the joust, and he wins it by 1, so he's gonna take out the 6-4, I believe. Yeah, that's another good 4-drop to have pop out of it. That's fantastic. Okay, let's see. I mean, we're definitely gonna do that. I don't want to take the face damage against a Hunter, even though that would slightly help the board. I know I don't want to do that as a rogue. So I think we want to, let's put some pressure on him. I guess Ice Rager is actually pretty good here, so is Jungle Panther. Do we want to just play these 3 minions on the end? Probably. The question here is whether we kill the Doom Spider or not. With the I'm a board control enthusiast, I guess, so we're gonna kill it. And then, so how do I want to place these minions? I want to get this as far away from a nice target as possible. So we'll do it like that. So if he wants to kill off that Ice Rager with an explosive shot, he's gonna have to either hit it directly or hit the Squire. I suppose I could have put the Worgen in here to make it. Wow, no, it's still, then we lose all 3 of these. Yeah, I think that's the right placement. Sometimes you can kind of go crazy thinking of all the possibilities and cards he might have. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's basically like a Shadow Bolt and a 5 mana deal 2 damage, so that's fine. Yeah, he didn't really have any chance of winning this. Okay, that's another one. That's a pretty quick game. But unfortunately I think we're gonna have to pause for the time being and resume in a little bit. This may not correlate to any actual time lost on the YouTube upload because I don't know when we're gonna upload this, but we may make it a separate video. But thanks for watching so far. This deck is performing slightly better than I thought. It's just getting minion-based decks have to have board control. If they don't, you kind of lose, and we haven't had any games yet where we've lost board control beyond recovery, so hopefully it stays that way. Thanks for watching, and we'll be uploading a new video pretty soon.